Our first doctor's appointment was this week. It didn't really quite go how we expected it. We were expecting an ultrasound, but in the end, everything went well. They did some blood work, they took my vitals, I peed in a cup, they tested that for glucose. I still don't have any results yet, which is a big bummer because I'm anxiously awaiting something, but I will call and try and find out on Monday. Today's Saturday, so I'll try and call and find out on Monday to get some sort of results. During our appointment, I got a book that I just started writing questions down in because, some people say that you should go prepared to your doctor's appointments. So that's what we tried to do. Some of the questions that I did ask, one being, that I'm a nurse, is there any restrictions that I should have being on my feet? And then, of course, like isolation rooms. I know that there's some that pregnant people shouldn't go in. She didn't really seem too concerned. She didn't say that I had to have any restrictions, definitely with shingles, but the only concern was, did I have chicken pox before? And I did. So really, there's no restrictions that I should or shouldn't be doing. Obviously, lifting, I'm not gonna lift anything heavier than I feel necessary. Medications, I asked her all about medications. They gave us a printout of what medications are okay and safe to take during pregnancy. Some of them being Benadryl. There are certain antibiotics that you're allowed to take. Cepacol lozenges, things like that. I had her look at my prenatal vitamins. She okayed them. She noticed that there was no iron in them, so she suggested that I do take an iron supplement. I do take vitamin D because the last time I went to my primary doctor, my vitamin D levels were a little low, so she okayed that. I did bring also my organic protein powder that I started using because there's a lot of amino acids and stuff in that. So I'll do like my protein shakes or, smoothies with a scoop of protein, but the whey protein doesn't have good reviews with pregnancy. So I asked her if this raw organic protein, which is plant-based, like a plant-based formula, and it's still vanilla. It has a list of all these amino acids. So I asked her if this was okay. She said, well, I don't really think that this is necessary unless you're, vegan or vegetarian. And then I told her, I tend not to eat enough protein. So she said, yeah, I don't see a problem with this type. So that was good. And I'll continue using this. They gave us a pack of papers with some restrictions. Definitely limit caffeine and soda intake, but you can still have 1 to 2 cups of coffee or tea a day. You should be taking calcium, fish oil, which is everything that's in my prenatal. I could take an extra calcium supplement if necessary. Avoid unpasteurized cheeses and milks. Avoid deli meats and prepared meats. Obviously, no alcoholic beverages. Also, pregnancy is not the time to diet, which I understand that, which I am concerned because I did drop some weight. But again, it is because my diet changed drastically, eliminating alcohol and processed foods. They say if you're overweight, you should you're probably gonna gain a less amount of weight. They also let me know that a healthy weight gain is 25 to 35 pounds on top of what you weigh. Duh. Exercise in moderation is definitely encouraged. To stay hydrated, keeping yourself from getting dehydrated and from overheating. Avoid brisk exercises in hot and humid weather. After 20 weeks, you should not be doing exercise laying flat on your back. Okay, so this is the list because I was sick this week and I asked which medications are okay and which are not. So the list that they gave me that is safe to take during pregnancy unless allergic is amoxicillin, ampicillin, penicillin, Zithromax, which is also Z-Pak, Sudafed, Gas X, Benadryl, Dimetapp, no expectorants, Dramamine, erythromycin, folic acid, Imodium, prenatal vitamins, Robitussin, Rolaids, saline spray, and Tylenol products. They say do not take the following medications without consulting your provider, which is Advil, aspirin, Biaxin, Cipro, ibuprofen, which my husband and I usually always take, Motrin, and Pepto-Bismol. Another question, because my husband has been doing a lot of research, it was cleaning products. So I asked, when cleaning the dishes and cleaning our house, even though we've moved over to using more plant-based cleaners, we've been using the Method brand and Myers brand, which is more plant-based cleaning products. And then also I asked her about, like doing the dishes and stuff. Do I need gloves? Like, is it gonna hurt me if I don't have like dish cleaning gloves and all those cleaning gloves, and she said not at all. Like, you shouldn't be worrying that much about that. It seems like we've got that down pat. Obviously, you know, I did order some gloves, so when they come, maybe I might use them when I start to clean up the house, but definitely doing the dishes, like, I don't know about you, but when I do the dishes, I feel for the dirtiness and the soap to be clean, and I don't know. So I'm happy that I don't have to wear gloves while doing the dishes, other than the dry skin. Baths. I love baths. So I asked, am I not allowed to take baths anymore? And she said, no, you can take baths. You just have to be aware of the temperature. You don't want your core body temperature to rise over 102 degrees. So I'm still iffy on the baths. I take the warm showers. I don't know. I don't want to mess anything up. I asked, can I wear perfume? Because I know that is going directly on the skin and absorbing into your body. She said wearing perfume is fine. So I'm going to take it with, you know, a grain of salt. I'll still wear my perfume. I try to avoid spraying it directly on my skin, maybe just on my clothes. She said soaps are fine, because we moved on to like organic products. We were using organic soaps. So that's good to know. If I want to use my Irish Spring soap, it's not going to kill me or hurt the baby. From testing that is known. Shampoos and everything, she said it's all fine. I know that I was also worried about essential oils, and how she explained it to us is there's no studies that have been done in pregnant women specifically. So there's concerns of certain things that you'll read in all these blogs and stuff that it may be harmful to the developing baby, but there's nothing confirming that. So I guess, you know, if I choose to stay away from it, that's on my decision, but there's nothing that they could tell us to avoid specifically. When will the next appointment be? Obviously, we found that out the 22nd. So another thing is, I know that I am B negative, which is the RH factor is concerning, because if the mom is negative and the dad is positive, then you'll have to get a shot called RhoGAM. So they're testing my blood to confirm that I'm B negative, and then they'll take it from there. If my husband can prove that he is also negative, then we won't have to deal with that. But we'll have to see what that brings. I also asked my doctor what prenatal is best, because I know that sometimes, you know, maybe pills absorb better than gummies, and she said no, if you're taking a prenatal, your prenatal is fine, you can stick with the gummy. So that made me happy, because I'm not really a pill person, so it's hard for me to swallow something like that every single day, because I know I had taken calcium in the past, and taking a pill on an empty stomach gives you nausea if you don't blah blah blah. So yeah, chewables are working for me. I also asked about shrimp, because I tend to be falling towards wanting shrimp more, and I know that the whole seafood thing, but she said just in moderation, you know, do it one time a week or something like that. What was it? Like
once every week, like a serving every week, but just within moderation, not every day.
And then I also was like, you know, if I have any questions, can I call or ask somebody? And they did give you a website and an email to email, and somebody on call will be there to answer any of your questions. So that's comforting. And then my last question was just sleeping and having trouble sleeping and what helps. I brought my little essential oil with me. My sister-in-law got me this, it's Elia Open Your Senses, Let It Go, Roll On. So it's made with 100% pure essential oils. Smells amazing. Smells like peppermint and lavender. So I've been putting this on something that I'm placing next, like a little blanket that I'm placing next to my pillow, so that scent helps, along with the humidifier and everything. So I think everything that I've been using has helped me get a more restful sleep recently. That's it. So that's all the questions that I had to ask at my first appointment. There's obviously 1,000 things running through your head, but she did answer a lot of the questions without me even asking. And then the printout papers that they give you with information answer a lot of your questions also. So we kind of had to weed through and see what questions were already answered in the packet, and then what questions I still had for her. So comforting. Appointment 1 is in the books. Countdown to appointment number 2, which is January 22nd, which is about 12 days from the last one. And that'll be our actual first ultrasound. So fingers crossed and stay tuned. See you next time.